Hey everybody, it's noon, time for our Facebook Live class. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I literally 2 seconds ago spilled water everywhere. So, I'm just gonna take a second, breathe, and we will get started. Welcome. It is March 26th. Man, I'm a month behind, aren't I? So let's jump right in. We have 4 fun cards to share with you today. The first one is this one with our product of the month set. So let's get started. We have a piece of basic white thick, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We have a piece of Shy Shamrock that is 5 1/4 by 4. A piece of basic black that is 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. And then a piece of basic white, 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So let's get started. We're going to take this piece and I'm going to use some low tack tape and just tape it down so it doesn't move. And then I created this, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's out of a window sheet and I want it a little to the, but it's out of the scallop dies. Scalloped, I can't think of what it's called. Scallop Wishes dies. And then we're going to use Shy Shamrock ink and a blending brush. And we're just going to ink up your blending brush, hold the thing down, make sure it doesn't move, start off, and just, I don't want it super dark because I want to stamp over it. And let's see. So I'll show you. This is the Notes of Spring. It's the March product of the month that you can get it for just $5 with a $75 order. It's really cute. And it's 2-step stamping, although I'm not using that today. But you could stamp this and say like pecan pie and then stamp him in early espresso. Things like that. So I'm going to use the little grassy thing and I'm going to stamp it just off to the side here. And you notice I'm leaving my window sheet there because I don't want the stamping to go off. So now I'm going to take this up because I do want the deer to be out. I'm going to stamp him in Tuxedo Black Memento ink. So 2 weeks ago I didn't have it live because I was at Stampin' Up's on stage. And we learned there that we are going to get a new hybrid black ink pad. It's waterproof, it's good for the Stampin' Blends, it's everything. But with that being said, the Tuxedo Black and all the Stazons are going out. So if you really, really like those, you might want to go get one. Or at least get the refills. Because they're probably not going to last too long. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp. Oh, I put my pad away and I still need it. That's about right, huh? Just going to stamp the happiest birthday wishes. I love the sentiments in this one too. Okay. I have a pile over on my other side of my desk where I just pile everything. You should see it. It's a mess. Okay, now we're just going to layer this together. How's the weather where you are? It's already 80 something today, so it's not going to bode well for July or August. It's so hot already. Oh, I didn't cut this right. Okay, let's see which one I didn't cut right. So this is 3 3/8. By 4 5/8. So where's my trimmer? So this should be 3 1/4 So let's see. Oh, look, I cut it wrong. So there we go, 3 1/4. Thank goodness for paper trimmers, right? Just right in the center. I do have to get my glasses on. And then right in the center of the Shy Shamrock. And then right in the center of this card. So the nice thing is you can make stencils out of anything that you have on hand. So I'm going to use the Secret Sea. I couldn't find any black embellishments. You know I don't have very many embellishments. Haha. But I thought Secret Sea is close enough. Right. So there, oh, you know what? I forgot to do the inside of the card. Let's go ahead and do that. Pull out my Shy Shamrock again. And there you have it. Shy Shamrock is one of the outgoing in colors. If you like the outgoing in colors, I would shop now. They tend to run out pretty quick. All right, there's card number 1. Let's see. Let's go on to card number 2. Oh, and by the way, I used the 25-27 in color flat pearls, and I used Secret Sea. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated because I spilled water everywhere. My chair's still wet, by the way. So let me find the measurements for this one. So this one is a fun one to use up a bunch of scraps. So this is the card we're making. And there's the inside. And so let's get it. We're going to need a punch. We have 2 stamps. These are from the Easter Basket stamp set. We're going to use Peach Pie, another outgoing in color, and Tuxedo Black again. So let's see, we have Balmy Blue, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. That's a pretty common thing, isn't it? Okay, and then we have 7 or 8 strips, and these are all 4 by 1/2 inch. They don't have to be 4 inches, but they're just 1/2 inch depth. And then we have Balmy Blue. This one is 1 7/8. I punched it ahead of time. And then we're using the 24-26 in color flat pearls. These are pretty in pink. I have a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. It's for the inside. A piece of Peach Pie, 3.5 by 4 3/4. A piece of basic white that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then a scrap piece of basic white. This one happens to be 2 inches by a little bit more, so I can hold it. So let's start with these. So we're just going to, actually I'm going to use liquid glue. And so you want to just layer these. Just put a little glue on there. I'm going to start at the top and just leave about 1/8 inch. And make sure you get it straight. That's the most important thing. And then I'm going to use another one at the bottom. And it doesn't matter how long you make it. It can be longer or shorter, whatever you'd like. And then I'm going to do a shorter one just here in the middle. This is pretty easy, and you could measure if you wanted to. Measure schmeasure. Oh, I did that the wrong way. Okay, this one. I got glue on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off really quick with my paper snips because I don't want it to glue to the thing. Okay. And here's another one. And I don't have this, there's no rhyme or reason to the patterns, where I'm putting them. You just put them wherever you like. And then let's use this one again. So just like that. That's all there is to that. This one is going to go on my inside piece. So I'm just going to put this at the bottom here. All right, let's put that aside. And then once these are dry, I just check and make sure I got glue far enough. Then I'm just going to turn it over like this and use the white cardstock as my cutting guide. Throw that away. Okay, and then we're just going to layer this onto the peach pie. I think I'm going to miss peach pie the most. I thought it would be pretty in pink, but I really like the peach pie color. Although I have gotten a sneak peek at the new in colors. There's a hydrangea blue that is just to die for. Oh, look, I got ink there. I'm going to flip it over so you don't see it. Yep, a really pretty hydrangea blue. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my flowers from the Easter Joyce or Easter basket set in peach pie. Just like that. And then let's see. Oh, let's do one on the inside too. On the inside piece. Look at me stamping on the inside of the card. Aren't y'all proud of me? I'm not known for the insides of my cards. Okay, and then I'm just going to do the Hello Spring right along the bottom of the flowers. And then I'm just going to use my 1 3/4 inch punch, hold it upside down, and then just place it where you want it. And then we're going to use some liquid glue. I love that these circle punches layer so easily. Makes me happy. Because sometimes I just don't want to get up and go to my cut and emboss machine. All right, this goes on the inside. Just like that. And then I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals that I had here. On my circle. And then I'm just going to take these off the back. Do you guys send Easter cards? I have a whole bunch. I think I'm actually going to send them to this time. And you can put this wherever you want, you know, depending on how wide you made those. I'll show you the difference of them. And then I'm just going to add my flat pearls. actually going to put it up here this time. And then there. And there you have card number 2. Okay. And here's, I'll show you the original. See, they're all different. I actually spaced this one out better than I did that one, but it's okay. All of them are okay. All right, on to card number 3. Let me put a lid on my glue before it dries up. Okay. Card number 3, we're going to make it's just stamping. Not a whole lot to do here. Let me switch my boxes around. So super simple. We have a piece on the inside, piece on the outside. Both are the same size, 5 1/4 by 4. And then the good old standby, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4 card base. I should use, I am using a different one. We have a little bit of a fun fold card to do also. So let's get started with our stamping. We're going to use Summer Splash. Oh, and the card base is Summer Splash too. Pretty in Pink and Petunia Pop. These are all in colors that are going out. So, and we're using the Natural Botanicals stamp set. I'll show you. This is the Natural Botanicals stamp set, along with the Layered Thoughts and sentiments. So let's get started. We're going to use a little sunflower in Pretty in Pink, and we're just going to stamp all over. And you can do this, it doesn't matter, however you like. I do like to do some of them upside down. Okay, and then before I put this away, I see the inside. I want to do a couple on the inside too. Okay, so put that one away. Put my Pretty in Pink away so I don't mess up my colors. I know you guys are thinking, I would never mess up. Ha, ha, ha. So now I'm going to use the Summer Splash and the leaf. Just like that. And then on the front piece, we're going to want to just stamp all over. And you can overlap your images. It doesn't matter. We just want a nice kind of creating our own background. Okay. And then, oh, I did the inside. I'm so confused. Okay, now we're using Petunia Pop and the little daisy image. When I stamp the collages like this, I try to start with the largest image and work my way down. That just makes it a little easier to fill in. Because with a smaller stamp, it's easier to fill in gaps that you might have missed. Okay. All right. And now for the inside piece, we're going to use Tuxedo Black. And it says to you. It's actually 2 different stamps. To and you, but I just put them on one stamp block so that I don't have to line it up each time. There's that. So let's go ahead and adhere that to the inside of our card. And then we're going to use the new stamp positioner, which you guys can get on May, I think it's May 4th, sometime in May when we when the new catalog goes live. Okay, now we're going to use the stamp positioner, and so we're going to put this, I've already labeled where I want my cardstock to go. That's just for ease. And I use a little bit of tape and then also the magnets. And so what you would do is you would take your stamp and lay it where you want, and then you can put the thing where you want it. Now that's too high, so I'm going to go down here, and you would pick up the stamp, and then it would be ready to stamp. And so I'm just going to ink this up. I like this little bar. It makes things a lot easier to use. Okay, so at this point in time, I haven't pushed down, so there's no ink on the cardstock yet. So I'm just going to press down. And voila. And I don't even think I'm going to do a second image. It's pretty dark, so. But if you missed a spot or something, you could easily do it again, and it would end up in the exact same place that you wanted it. So I'm going to put that away. This is a really cool tool. I like it a lot. Again, I've said on some of my other classes, if you have the Stamparatus that we used to carry, you probably don't need the stamp positioner. Unless you're like me and you just want everything that we offer. And so, okay, now I'm going to use these really cool lost gold sequins, loose gold sequins. Just going to put a few in the lid and out of the lid. And then I'm just going to use my glue, and I'm just going to put a couple of dots where I want sequins. Okay, there's no rhyme or reason. Everybody tells me you're supposed to use odd, so I do. And then I'm just going to use my Pick Me tool and lay it down over the glue dot, or the dot of glue. You could use glue dots here too. And there's a little baby one. Just like that. And there you have a basic, super simple card, but I really think it's pretty. So there you have that one. You want to let this dry a little so the sequins will stay on there. Alrighty, let's get on to our last card. You guys need to let me know if there's anything you want to see or anything you want to learn. Just leave me a comment. All right, so this last card is a fun fold card. And it kind of, well, you guys can't see if I sit up, but it'll stand up, and then on the back it has this. So let me find the measurements so I don't tell you wrong. Although even if I'm reading them, doesn't mean I won't tell you wrong. This is Coastal Cabana cardstock, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, but it is scored at 2, 3 1/8, 5 3/8, and 6.5. And so we're just going to fold this back, and then this goes forward. And then again, back and forward. And with this card, so you score it like this, and it makes it where it will fit in a standard size envelope. So you're going to need a piece of basic white that is 2 by 2 3/4, just a scrap. We're going to cut it out with a scallop dies. And then you'll need a piece that is 2 by 5 1/4 for the back. And then for the center piece, we're going to have a piece of garden green that's 2 by 5 1/4. And then this is 1 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then you'll need 2 for the sides, and these are both 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so let's put all this together. It's basically just a lot of layering. I picked the colors right out of the designer paper. This is the Hobby Haven Designer Series paper. And it's funny because I do not have any of the suite. I don't have the stamp sets, the dies, or anything that coordinates with this paper, but it hasn't stopped me from using the heck out of this paper. It's really fun. Now, I'm not going to decorate these panels because you don't really see them too much, but you certainly could if you'd like to. And then this goes here. And this one goes here. All right, now let's do some stamping. We're going to use Garden Green and Coastal Cabana inks. And let's see, we're going to do the back first, and I'm going to use this. So I'm here for you if you need me. And it's actually from the Scallop Wishes bundle. So we're using the stamp set, and it's an online exclusive in case you needed to know that. So there's my, and then I'm going to use, this is another little leafy thing, and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to change it up just a little and stamp. Okay, so there's the back. For the front, I'm using, this is all from the same bundle. I'm going to use this, the scallop, the smaller scallop stamp, the Take Care stamp, and a little dragonfly. Okay, so we're going to stamp the scallop circle in Garden Green. Just like that. My Garden Green is really nice right now. It's not just perfectly inked. And then I'm going to stamp my Take Care. And I'm going to put the Garden Green away. And we're going back to Coastal Cabana. And I'm just going to stamp here and there. Okay. And then I'm going to take this to my Big Shot and cut it out with a die. And here you have this. So let's put this together. This goes on the back. And this is the panel that you could sign your name to, or you know, whatever. So on here, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to lay this here. It's not quite, I mean, it's just a bit wider, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to add, I could get away with just 2, but you guys that know me know I like to use dimensionals. And let's see. I don't want to cover it. Oh, there we go. I'm going to put it right there so this is kind of sneaking up. So there you go. And I did want to show you on my original. I stamped it in Coastal Cabana, but I didn't know. I kind of like the dark better, but you guys decide what you like better. So there you go. If you would like a card packet sent to you, you can place an order on my website anytime between now and Monday. I believe that would be the 30th, March 30th. $50 or more, and I'll send you a card packet for free. If you spend $75 or more, I'll include one of the garden epoxy dots as a free gift. And as always, that includes shipping to you. You don't have to pay that. So if you have any questions, please leave me a comment. Thank you for stopping by, and you guys have a lovely day. Bye.